Lieutenant, a few years ago, I watched a freshman cadet pass 4 upperclassmen on the last hill of a 40-kilometer run at Delula 2. The damnedest thing I ever saw. The only freshman to ever win the Academy Marathon. I made it my business to get to know that young fella and got to know him very, very well. And I'll tell you something. I never met anyone with more drive, determination, or more courage than Jean-Luc Picard. And there is no way in hell that he would assist Leborg. I want that clear.
Of course, Admiral. Of course, Admiral.
Of Borg. Resistance is futile. Your life, as it has been, is over. From this time forward, you will service us.
Locutus of Borg. This is Captain William T. Riker of the USS Enterprise.
You may speak.
We wish to end the hostilities.
Then you must unconditionally surrender.
We are prepared to meet to discuss your terms.
It is unlikely you are prepared to discuss terms. It is more likely that this is an attempt at deception.
Come now, Locutus. If Picard's knowledge and experience is part of you, then you know that I've never lied to him. You should also implicitly trust me, is that not so?
Picard implicitly trusted you.
Then trust me now. Meet to discuss your terms.
Discussion is irrelevant. There are no terms. You will disarm all your weapons and escort us to Sector 001, where we will begin assimilating your culture and technology. Preparation is irrelevant. Your people will be assimilated as easily as Picard has been. Your attempt at a delay will not be successful, number one. We will proceed to Earth, and if you attempt to intervene, we will destroy you.
Then take your best shot, Locutus, because we are about to intervene.
Worf, Klingon species, a warrior race. You two will be assimilated.
The Klingon Empire will never yield.
Why do you resist? We only wish to raise quality of life for all species.
I like my species the way it is.
A narrow vision. You will become one with the Borg. You will all become one with the Borg. The android, Data, primitive artificial organism. You will be obsolete in the new order. A futile maneuver. Incorrect strategy. Number one. Picard would never have approved. You underestimate us. To Sector 001. Beverly. Crusher, Doctor.
Yes. Don't try to move.
I am on board.
Okay, first I just want to thank everybody for contributing work to the show. We'll have to see what we have and where we can put it. We have limited space, but I think that everybody can find room. Now, are there any questions?
I need to use the entire wall to engage the space for my work. I won't settle for less.
Yeah, but we have a lot of work to show from different people. It seems a little selfish.
And it has a relationship with the space. I won't settle for less.
I just don't understand why you need to take up the entire wall for that painting. It's not really that large.
My work is personal.
I mean, it's this big.
My work is personal.
Just forget it. Whatever works for you is fine, okay?
My work is abstract sculpture.
You're talking about the painting?
Or is it?
I don't know. I just see a painting.
It activates the space. It engages the space. It is now a sculpture.
Okay. And what work do you have to show, ma'am?
Okay, I paint cats.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
This is my cat, Fairfield. Yeah, he died January 6th, 2010. And I still keep him in my freezer.
So how many pieces do you...
I can't let him go yet, because, I don't know, I love him, and I'm still trying to save up money to have him stuffed. And I try to keep all my cats around, living or dead. That one's Mittens. She fell in the pool at the local community center because she ran away. I don't really have money to feed them all. So she was chasing a mouse, I think. And I can't swim, so I don't know what happened to her. But I think she'll come home. If not, I'll put an ad in the paper looking for a body, and I'll have her stuff too.
Okay.
This is Jeremy. I love him more than the other ones.
Okay, how about you just hang your work over there and we'll talk about it later, okay? All right, what about your work?
Vaginal performance art. My work is immersive. Wanna see?
Sure. That was certainly shocking. Why don't you just go over there and maybe we can put up a splash guard or something. Well, how about you? Where do you want to put your work?
I hung my work up over here.
Nice, I really like it.
Just go back to Hobby Lobby where you came from. It doesn't belong here.
Whoa, just wait a minute, okay, guys?
Where's the concept? It's just a study. It has no concept.
What about the cat lady? You guys don't have a problem with her paintings?
Oh no, I've been in cat painting shows before. It's ironic.
Seriously? Who would show in a cat painting show?
Oh, sorry, I didn't know there was anything wrong with my work. I can take it down.
No, there's nothing wrong with your work. Look, you guys need to stop arguing. I mean, do you want to be in this show?
Not if it's with somebody who makes representational work. It's just purely aesthetic.
Okay, enough guys. Why don't we just call it quits for today and we can meet up again tomorrow? Does that sound good?
How about some different music, computer? Something with a Latin beat. No, I meant something with a gentle Latin beat. Maybe a Spanish guitar. Perfect.
Reporting for duty, Captain. The gallery's going as planned. The only problem is that 2 artists are fighting with another one. I don't know what to do, Captain.
There is no Starship mission more dangerous than that of First Contact. We never know what we will face when we open the door on a new world. How we will be greeted.
No, Captain. It was brutal. 2 artists ganged up on this painter's still lifes. Just dismissed them like they weren't even worth anything.
The first time any man's freedom is trodden on, we're all damaged.
I know, Captain, but why? Why does it have to be that way?
They've given away their humanity with this genetic manipulation. Many of the qualities that they breed out, the uncertainty, self-discovery, the unknown. These are many of the qualities that make life worth living.
Well, at least to me. I wouldn't want to live my life knowing that my future was written.
My boundaries had been already set.
I know, sir. What should I do?
There are times, sir, when men of good conscience cannot blindly follow orders.
But I don't want to start anything, Captain. I mean, I really need the money. I can't take the risk.
But she, or someone like her, will always be with us, waiting for the right climate in which to flourish. Spreading fear in the name of righteousness.
You have a decision to make, whether to try and force them back or welcome them home.
Well, what should I say, sir?
What you're doing here is unethical. It's immoral. I'll fight it.
Captain, do you seriously expect me to say that? I'd be attacking them just as well.
The sperm whale on Earth devours millions of cuttlefish as it roams the oceans. It is not evil, it is feeding.
Well, what if they're right? What if the still lives aren't worthy?
Oh, yes. That's how it starts. But the road from legitimate suspicion to rampant paranoia is very much shorter than we think.
Something is wrong here, Mr. Wall.
I don't like what we have become.
I know, Captain. I know.
First time any man's freedom is trodden on. We're all damaged.
We are the Borg. Lower your shields and surrender your ships. We will add your biological and technological distinctiveness to our own. Your culture will adapt to service us. Resistance is futile.
We are Borg. You will be assimilated.
Now, when I first look at this piece, I'm a little skeptical. I mean, I'm wondering, what is the intention of the artist?
Yeah, you know, I really liked them right away, but then they just got so mainstream and they just sold out, you know. No, they sold out? Yeah, no, they sold out because I saw them in the Rolling Stone. No, they sold out too because I saw them. I was looking at the Pandora station. I didn't even listen to that one. I was just looking.
I see it looks a little fetishized right here. But I'm looking at this and I'm asking myself, why use paint?
You know, I'm not really into specific artists in particular. You know, I'm not into specific musicians in particular, but you know, I can dig jazz. I get it.
I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing that they use paint, but I'm just saying, why use paint? And that's my question to the artist. I mean, it's
I mean, who considers animation art anyway? Oh, have you seen the newest South Park?
engages the viewer. I mean, I'm trying to read it. I don't know if I can read it.
Yeah, they're really out there, you know. I read about them in the latest issue of Pitchfork. Have you read that?
At 1900 hours yesterday, the USS Lalo departed Zeta Alpha 2 on a freight run to Sentinel Minor 4. At 2200 hours and 12 minutes, a distress signal was received at Starbase 157. The Lala reported contact with an alien vessel, described as cube-shaped. The distress signal ended abruptly, and she's not been heard from since.
Mr. Data, what can you
The ship is strangely generalized in design. There is no specific bridge, no command center. There is no engineering section. I can identify no living quarters.
Life signs.
There is no indication of life.
Tell me, Commander, is serving aboard the Enterprise as extraordinary an experience as I've heard?
Every bit. It's not our position to interfere in the domestic affairs of other societies. Commander, I think we should call it a night. That's an order. We'll reconvene at 0500. Halt. Commander, you and I need to have a conversation.
So, it comes down to a simple question. What do you want, Will Riker?
It's not my function to seduce or be seduced by the leader of another world.
What a refreshing change to be with a man who knows what he wants.
And doesn't have to be told by a woman.
Exactly. I knew you were bright enough to understand. See, women by our very nature want only what is best for their men.
Men are not objects to be possessed, Mistress Beata.
When it comes to this ship and this crew, you're damned right I play it safe.
Can't make the big decisions, Commander. I suggest you make room for someone who can.
You need to take it to the captain, fine. Through me. You do an end run around me again, I'll snap you back so hard you'll think you're a first-year cadet again.
Is that why you're here with me tonight? To learn?
Yes.
About our society?
Yes.
Well, in our society, it is the men who are the fortunate ones, enjoying all life has to offer, while we women devote ourselves to the obligation of making life work.
In our society, we share the responsibilities and the pleasures equally, which is why I'm able to be here with you while the women of the away team go to find Ramsey.
You have to remind me to thank them when they come back for giving us this time.
I knew you'd like it. Are you wearing cologne? Like something I smelled earlier, something Klingon.
Compliments of the USS Enterprise. It's called an Albany meditation crystal.